Very relaxed.
It's going on YouTube for the masses.
A couple muscles, of course, extend the hip. The hamstrings can help do that, as well as the gluteus maximus. The thing to watch on this one is, you don't want too much lordosis, because when you ask people to lift their leg, they may swag out a lot here at the lumbar spine. If you need to, you could maybe put a couple pillows under that to make sure you know how to do that. So just let your head lay flat and turn to one side and take the similar color. So what I'm going to have you do is I just want you to clear this spot off the table and hold it right there for me. Okay? Then I'm going to try to push down. So, ready, set, hold. So that was using her glute max and probably a hamstring. Hamstring is probably a big player in this position. If I wanted to focus on the glute, I would put it here, say clear the knee off, hold it right there for me, got that? Do not let me move that down, and hold.
It's going to be bad.
That comes down. So we both there. Probably the glute max is contributing more than the hamstrings ultimately because the hamstrings might actually be pretty strong. So that's the way you just isolate out the glute, is just by bending the knee. Okay? So this would get me all the way from 3, she could pull it up, and then 4 or 5 if she takes resistances, right? If I want to go into a grade 3, then let's put her on her side. Go that way. That's good. Then we're going to bring it back so everything's kind of in line. I'm going to come in here and support the leg. I think I'll try this. And I just say, can you slide the leg forward from the extension? And you take the leg back to me this way. And again, I'm playing powder board. So take it back. So take it back, bring it back, extend it, extend it, extend it. And I just control my head. Okay? Now this one I think is nice to have a powder board because the legs, I'm barely holding this. It's very hard. So let's get you neutral again. Right there. Bring it back. Again, I'm still holding very little. She's still good. People won't relax that are normal. She would truly be, I could need the support for it. You can see it. If I let her bend a little with that right, then I would be using the glute. So pull it back, bring it back. That's more glute than if I had the full extended back. So that would get me my grade 2s. Again, if I had a powder board, it would be nice. You could slide it right along that. Okay? Now go to your belly. So if I didn't get a good 2, and I thought this might result your trace. Relax. I got 2 muscle groups I needed to palpate. One, I could pick up our hamstring activity. Probably where you pick that up is where they insert on the initial 2. So again, you bisect the legs and come right in, I'm on it. And if you try to lift that leg, I would feel that hamstring come on. Okay? The other place obviously is just right on top of the butt because the glute max is what makes up the flex there. Right? So when she tries to lift, that's pretty tight. So clear the knee. Right? So those are your 2 palpation points. Ischial tube in here. And that hamstring glute. Pretty straightforward. Now you do run into an issue sometimes when people have hip flexor tightness and they can't really lay prone and extend their leg because they're rolling tight. The variation for that then is they have to stand up. So stand up. And it's nice if you got one of those tables you can buzz up and down. But what I want you to do is just kind of lean over the table and hold on that way, leave it lay flat, and then I want you to extend your leg. So right here, hold the table, hold it. Can you extend this leg up now for me? And then I could just do that. If I wanted to do the modified version, relax, and get the glute, now I'd say extend the hip, and then I could push here. That would be for someone that, again, is tight and can't get flat. Okay, so relax. Okie. So that's the ways we would get to the glute. And the 2 muscle groups usually are the glute and the medius that you're trying to, the max and the medius that you're trying to get down to. Because they're all factors in a lot of conditions. You haven't done studies, again, where the abductors are weak and people have higher hamstrings, This glute max hamstring ratio is also supposed to be a problem. And particularly, I think, there's some thought that the sprinters, the athletes that always get the hamstring pulls, they think they're maybe because they are hamstring dominant and they don't have the glute max piece. And so Chris Powers and people like that have been investigating that, and he talks about one of his presentations of training. He's an Olympic sprinter that played with hamstring issues, and I think about 3 months to train him to be more glute dominant, so that he was a little more balanced out. I don't know whether that holds up or not. There does seem to be a recognition in sports that the glute max muscle is actually pretty important. I don't know if anybody's ever seen an ESPN magazines that kind of oversized. They had a whole article in there on the butt, glute max. I guess it's the big thing now. The athletes, they got a set of glutes. So apparently that's important. If you think about it, it's a very powerful muscle. In almost all sports, you've got to drive and come up out of that. If that is weak, you probably are at a disadvantage. So it's computer set courses for it. So I think that's the last one. We'll show you other stuff next time.